Hi friends, welcome to another Reddit Rev episode. Please subscribe and hit that like button if you're enjoying the content, and please share it with your friends if you can. I'd really appreciate it. Also, please leave me a comment to let me know what you think of the episode. Now let's get started with today's stories.
Hey y'all, I've got a great and exciting story for you guys. This story is cool and unique because it's told from the perspective of the girl instead of the perspective of the guy. So enjoy for a really great story coming up. Title: Don't Be Fooled. Here's what happened when you don't assert your needs with your partner. After our 3.5-year relationship ended abruptly, I was left feeling heartbroken. My first boyfriend and likely last love had just walked away from me. Throughout our relationship, he steadily chipped away at my self-assurance by utilizing insidious tactics such as gaslighting and manipulation. It began subtly, like him never being satisfied with the way I put on toilet paper, but built up until he was blaming me for all of our issues. He criticized anything I did, whether it be that I talked too much or not enough. Nothing was ever good enough. This eventually led to a deepening depression and crippling anxiety in me. His quote-unquote rating system on how I should act in public, his attempts to drive a wedge between me and my family, even causing an anxiety attack just before my grandmother's funeral, these are only some examples of the ways he tried to control me. During my time with him, I experienced a devastating decline in my well-being and physical health. My weight spiked tremendously, coming from a lifetime of being underweight to being overweight within 3 years was crushing. Antidepressants were prescribed for me, but only served to make me more docile by numbing the pain. However, this epiphany resulted in seeking help through therapy, which has been life-changing. With the guidance of my therapist, I found strength again and began standing up for myself, a quality he said he admired but truly did not appreciate when put into practice by me. 6 months ago, my partner and I made the bold decision to uproot our lives and move to a new city so that I could be closer to my dream job. We were openly discussing purchasing a home together, setting up shared accounts for expenses, even speaking with the bank about potential loans. And then out of nowhere, he abruptly ended it all, less than 1 month after consulting with the bank. He claimed he waited until I was quote-unquote well enough, whatever that means, before leaving me. In truth, his departure simply set off an avalanche of heartbreak. To add insult to injury, when tears failed to fall from beneath my eyes at this devastating news, something which appeared only served as further proof of this point, infuriating him more so still. During my teenage years, I learned invaluable skills on how to move beyond a heartbreak in only weeks. It was truly infuriating for him that he could no longer control me, since now I see his true intentions and am not fooled by them. Unfortunately, we both will be roommates until August, as neither of us can move out earlier than then. He began behaving strangely, reconnecting with his messenger, and planned a mysterious trip he refused to share the destination of. I initially thought it was an attempt to make me jealous, but later discovered that he had gone on a journey with another woman. After interrogating me for divulging our breakup on Instagram, he finally fessed up, but that hadn't stopped him from pretending we were still together. Recently, during a job interview, he described me as his girlfriend. He had the audacity to cheat on me and then blame it all on me. He broke up with me while lying that I was a terrible person. All of his sweet words were lies, and from this day forward I can no longer trust anything he says. Next story. After 5 months of separation, my ex and I maintained contact on a daily basis, exchanging messages and pictures through text. A week later, they asked me out on 3 pre-planned dates, movie night, theater show, wine tasting, which indicated that our relationship had resumed from where we left off prior to the breakup dispute. It was almost like time had stood still. After months of being apart, we finally reunited and felt like the missing piece of my broken heart had been restored. We feasted together, watched a movie, enjoyed each other's company, and even shared the same bed. Our kiss after all this time was so powerful that tears started streaming down my face. I often dreamed of their return, though it seemed so impossible. My eyes were soaked with tears as my broken heart tried to accept the inevitable truth that if they weren't coming back, yet gradually and steadily I managed to make progress in accepting this fact, and now here they are, almost like nothing ever happened. All the nervousness I had before the breakup returns when they take hours to respond. My mind instantly goes into overdrive, wondering if this is it. Are they just back for sex, or bored and about to ghost me, or slowly fading away? Then my thoughts drift towards all the other potential partners. Could someone else already be stealing their heart while I'm stuck in a state of worrying yet again? Trying to date again is their means of igniting the past as if nothing negative happened. Even though I'm the type that needs clarity on any situation, they'll do anything to stay away from discussing our breakup. They're extremely evasive and appear occupied with many other activities which suggest that they aren't ready yet. Consequently, I realize myself setting aside my wants for theirs in order to keep them close once more. A premonition of future pain seems imminent since it appears like history may be repeating itself. With this decision, I'm torn between the uncertainty of where I'll stand and the fear that my already high level of anxiety might resurge. As an individual who prefers to have all their ducks in a row, taking a leap into unknown territory is difficult for me as it's not something I'm accustomed to doing. Going with the flow has never been one of my strengths, instead getting control over myself has always been top priority. While I'm aware that my loved ones miss me, it's still something abstract to me. To truly feel connected with them and understand their thoughts and desires, communication must take place, yet it appears they either do not know what they want or are unwilling to share those feelings. In the end, I'm not sure if being in this situation is worth it. If they return to me with a hope of reconciliation, what am I meant to do? What is my next move? Speak up and lose, or run away and still lose? Either way, there's no winning here. Even though their absence left me sad, but at peace with myself. Having control over my own life was so calming compared to now where everything seems out of balance again. My instincts are telling me that things may take a turn for the worse soon enough, but yet here I remain, hooked and hanging on until an ultimate resolution presents itself, good or bad. Comment 1. It's not an easy task. It feels like you're trying to grasp water in your hands and any wrong movement could cause everything to slip away. We could disregard our emotions. The essential requirement would be to possess a readiness to leave, to assert, this is not what I desire. Ideally, you have procured enough personal growth during your time away that rather than pursuing them ardently, present yourself and say it's up to you, make your own decision. It is paramount to quell any feelings of desperation. Don't hesitate to go a few days without communication. Your heart might be telling you that during this time, he could find someone else or even start losing his affection for you. However, if the connection between the two of you is so fleeting, then it's likely better for it to unravel sooner rather than later. Moreover, like water slips out easier when held tightly in one's hands, don't try hard and let things happen naturally. Comment 2. After a tumultuous year of being on again off again with my ex, we foolishly tried to act as if nothing had happened when we reunited. Our relationship continued to feel strained and uncomfortable, however, because neither of us addressed or resolved our issues from the past, ultimately causing us to end for good in January. I understand the trepidation of speaking up and risking a breakup, but that's exactly what happened to me when I kept quiet. Thus, I urge you to discuss any issues or concerns with your partner while they are still fresh in your mind. This will ultimately help bring clarity to where you stand as a couple. If not, months down the line, it could lead to yet another broken heart for both parties involved.
I hope you enjoyed our video. It's always a pleasure creating these stories, and if you liked what you saw, please take the time to show your support by giving it a thumbs up and subscribing if you haven't already done so. Sharing with your friends is also greatly appreciated. Let me know in the comments section below what you think of our videos. I'm all ears. Be sure to check back soon for more original Reddit stories every day on Reddit Rev. Until then, stay awesome, my friend.